Steinberg.
Hey, I'm John Steinberger. I want everybody to be proud to live in West Ashley. Robin and I are proud to live right here in Sandhurst. We've been here for 11 years after we escaped Shadow Moss and the traffic and the flooding. And the flooding was caused because we permitted wetlands, and that just doesn't make sense. So we need people with common sense on county council who will stand up and say no when there's a stupid project. So that's what I bring to the table. I'm somebody who will be accessible to the constituents. If you want to call me, my number is 410-9747, or you can email me at john@westashleyproud.com, and I will respond to you. We absolutely need local control of our roads. Orange Grove Road right down there is a state road. Old Town Road is a state road, and we can't even cut the grass. So we've got to take local control of the roads, and we'll have more time later on to talk about how we can be proud of West Ashley. So yes for John Steinberg.
All right, John, what do you feel is the most important function of county government and why?
Well, it's very important that we don't get into the finger-pointing mode. We need to work with the City of Charleston, we need to work with the St. Andrews Public Service District, and we need to work with our state legislative delegation and all the other municipal governments to make sure that we're on the same page, we're working together, and we're not duplicating services. So that's extremely important. We have to talk to each other, we have to work together, and we have to solve problems. And I can tell you, there's nothing I hate to hear more from a government official than there's nothing we can do about a certain issue. There's always something we can do, and it's up to us to work together and find solutions.
All right, John, what is your experience with preparing, managing, and authorizing budgets?
In the Navy, I was the chief engineering officer on a repair ship, and we had 300 people in the department and a multi-million-dollar budget. So I'm familiar with that. I've been a school leader and worked on the budget there. And I think budget process is very collaborative, and it requires analysis. We don't need to rubber stamp budgets. We need to get inside the numbers. We need to figure out what's waste and cut it out, and agree on what's necessary. And we should focus only on the core services of government, not wasteful projects like refurbishing the Gilliard Auditorium or giving money to an African American museum that isn't even off the ground yet.
Do you support a half-cent sales tax increase to fund road projects? If yes, should a portion of the money be allocated to green space and public transportation? If no, what is your plan to fund road projects?
Well, along the lines of what Brantley just said, if that half-cent sales tax does not involve 526, absolutely not. I'm also against the massive spending on mass transit that very few people in West Ashley want. How many of you want to ride the bus? Okay, we've got a few people in here, but most people in West Ashley don't ride the bus. I go by the bus stops all the time and don't see anybody there, so that's not a wise use of our money. Sandy Senn in our Senate forum actually had a good idea, a local option gas tax. And once again, we need to allocate the resources wisely and make sure it goes to improving the roads. And I also think that local control of the roads will be a solution. So the state, which doesn't maintain the roads, will no longer have control over us in Charleston County.
All right, do you support a half-cent sales tax increase?
Not as it stands, not to complete the penny.
All right, John, council has partnered with Trident Technical College. Do you support this type of alliance, and why or why not is it important?
Well, I think it's very important for economic development. We have to look at the jobs of the future and how can we best prepare our students for those high-paying jobs. And we also need to partner with the Charleston County School District because, as Robin could tell you, former Garrett Academy teacher at the vocational school, a lot of the people that get this training don't go on and train the trade they were trained in, so we've got to work on that. Trident Tech has excellent certificate programs that prepare young people for high-paying jobs right out of school, and that's important. We have lots of people going to college and paying lots of debt. But with the Charleston County School District, we have to make sure that the guidance counselors are trained as career counselors so our young men and women can go right into high-paying jobs. Very important.